I have been trading wrong for the last few years, and I want to tell you exactly how. There was a woman that I came across who in late 2020, early 2021, she was trading USD JPY, and she believed that UJ would get from 102.000 all the way to 120.000. She was a position trader. She entered the trade, and UJ went from 102 to 103 to 104 to 105 to 106 to 107 to 108. She was up $700,000. And at that point, something in her mind told her the market was going to reverse. So she exited her positions, secured that 700 racks into her account, and she reversed and actually shorted the market. And guess what UJ did? It didn't go down. It went to 109 and 110 and 111 and 112 and 113, all the way to 120. And not only did she lose the $700,000 that she secured, she lost more on top of that. And she's quoted saying that she would have made 3.5 million had she just stayed in the trade and didn't do nothing else. Nothing at all, didn't touch a position, didn't, think different thoughts, just let it ride. And the point of the story is not the fact that she got in her own head and reversed her own position and, would have been right and would have made 3.5 million. It was the fact that she took one trade on one pair and just held it. And I talked about this concept in Secure the Swag season 2 when I was living in LA, where I wanted to trade something like that, but I still was, trading more like a day trader and then like slowly getting into swing trading. But after reading that story, I did two things. The first thing I did is I went back and looked back at over all of my trades and tried to figure out if I actually just held this trade a little bit longer. When I mean a little bit, I don't mean like, an extra day. I mean like an extra week, an extra month, an extra 2 months. How much money would I have made? And the second thing I did after, going back and reviewing, those actual trades was actually test it out myself. So let's go back to the first point. I went back and reviewed some of my trades, gold specifically. And there was a trade in particular, a couple of trades in particular, but I remember one where I was up over $40,000 and my goal was to get it to $108,000. And I did the math on how much money I would have made had gold kept doing what it's doing right now, which I was on the right side for. I was buying gold and I just held it from then until now. It was $5 million. Not 500K, 5 million. I literally did the math. I had a 50 lot on gold. And since that trade, gold has skyrocketed 10,000 pips. And the reason why it was so jarring to me and why I kind of switched my entire strategy around, and I'll get into point number 2 into trying this out in a second, is because a lot of the times us traders, me, you guys, right? Like I may be in a better position than you guys, but like we're all in the same boat in terms of, getting in and out and things like that. A lot of times we try to fight the market. We try to get in and then get out in 8 hours, get in, get out 6 hours, get in, get out the next day, get in, get out within 2 days. As opposed to just, okay, what does this want to do from a long-term point of view, from a macro point of view? Looking at a weekly or a daily, a lot of traders will tell you, and you watching this video will tell yourself, that analyzing on the daily or weekly is a lot smoother because you see so much more than just a bunch of candles going up and down like you would on a 5-minute time frame. Yet we still opt to trade that way, and it just didn't make sense to me. So I spent a while going down like a deep rabbit hole and doing deep research and back tests, and I'm just like, okay, I think I've actually cracked the code, right? A lot of you guys out there are actually good traders. I actually said this in one of my videos before in the past, but I've also said this in my last caption on Instagram. I said, people won't tell you, but you're actually a good trader. You're just swinging too many times. And that's what Warren Buffett said specifically. He said day trading is a no strike game, meaning everybody out here is just swinging in every single pitch over and over again, like swinging. And mind you, like I played baseball, right? Like I was nice in high school, you feel me? I'll add some pitches in here, y'all think I'm playing, but like I played baseball, I was nice. And he's saying like we swing at every single pitch, whereas him, Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in this world, one of the richest people of all time, is like, I wait for the pitch to come to me. I'm not swinging at every single pitch. Like every single pitch is not worth swinging. Quick break. If you find yourself trading every single day and you still haven't found much success, I've literally cracked the code. It's literally because you're trading too much. Back in 2019, I literally could not afford my $975 rent. And now in 2025, I live in Dubai, make more money than ever, and literally take less than 10 trades a quarter. Less than 10 trades in a quarter. On August 18th, I am hosting a 5-day position trading intensive where I'm gonna show you how to find A+ setups, how to make more money in less time, how to hold it for weeks, and still have a life outside of the actual charts for the things that actually matter and the things that you care about. If you feel like you tried trading before and failed and you're still trying and still failing, I'm telling you, you have not tried trading like this. Click the link in my description. It's $47. You won't regret it. It's 5 days, which I've never done before. And let's get back to the video. And of course, you know, he said, and like we all know that there's some exceptions to like there's some day traders, but like the vast majority, it becomes a little harder because like people are fighting their own emotions. People are fighting their own demons in terms of, okay, I'm getting in, I'm getting out, I'm getting in, I'm getting out, I'm getting in, I'm getting out, right? I'm trying to hold it for 8 hours, hold it for 6, hold for 4, hold for 2. I'm trying to scalp over and over and over again. And it's not the fact that you just don't understand it or you have a terrible strategy. It's the fact that you're doing it too many times. How many times, and I said this on Instagram as well, I said, if you are someone out there and you can accurately call the market to a T and say, hey, the market's right here, I think it's gonna go here. And the market just stops you out by 2 or 3 pips and then still skyrockets to that area. Newsflash, you know how to trade. You just don't know how to day trade. That's a big difference because you can grow and expand upon knowing how to trade, right? And the thing is, and I've learned this from Alex Hormozi, where he talks about how like most business owners, you know, try to focus on what they can't do well and double down on that versus focusing on your strengths and doubling down on that. That'll produce more outsized returns. And it hit me when it came to day trading as well for you guys out there, not for myself, right? Obviously myself, I ended up switching over, but like, obviously I made it in this industry, right? But for you guys, I'm just like, okay, instead of doubling down and losing for 4, 3, years straight and 5 years straight, even my younger self, there's at least 81 trades out of my last 130 where I literally said the market was going to do this and it did that. And like half of them I lost. Because why? I had a 20 pip stop loss. I got into late. I got into early. Whereas positioning, you don't have to worry about that. You're just focused on where is it going to get to? Whether it takes 2 weeks, whether it takes 2 months. Where is it going to get to by the end of this quarter? And I think when you look at it from that perspective, you swing less because you're only focused on, 2 good pitches, 3 good pitches, 5 good pitches, 10 good pitches over a quarter. Quarter is 3 months, right? Can you imagine how much simpler life would be if you took 10 trades in 3 months as opposed to 10 trades in 1 day? 10 trades in 1 day, it's easy. And I understand why people, end up quitting. It's easy to get deflated. It's easy to be like, I don't have time for this. Whereas like 10 trades in a quarter, we all got time for that, right? Like it's taking a few extra hours out of your day, out of your week, out of your month to look at the long-term view and perspective of the market. And when I, like I said, read that story and read more on this woman and then back tested it myself, I'm just like, bro, I won 10 out of my last 12 trades. Bro, I won 20 out of my last 24 trades. Bro, I won my last 30 out of my last 38 trades. And over a long time. Not over a span of a day or 2 or 3 days, just a matter of like, I think you guys don't understand how peaceful it actually is to literally, trade how you trade in terms of like, viewing the market and getting in and using Fibonacci, trend lines, all the same stuff, but doing it on a daily time frame and just looking at it and then getting in the trade and just holding it and not looking for a day or 2 or 3, like just you monitor it, but like you're not thinking of much. And people may say, 2 things. Oh, well, what if I want to make my money quickly? that mindset is actually stopping you. Like, you're sabotaging yourself, because who's to say you can't make money quickly that way, right? You can still take partial profits. If you're up 10, 20, 30, $40,000, you can literally go to your phone or computer and literally take partial profits, take 10% out, 20, 30, 40% out, and still let the trade run. And the second thing is, people may say, oh, well, you know, I just can't do that, and blah, 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 blah. You got to develop a sense of patience when it comes to this market. Because I'm telling you, like, this may be somebody's aha moment who's watching this, is that, like, when you realize that you're the one who's stopping yourself, you're trying to fight an uphill battle as opposed to sliding down a sled and sliding down a hill that's already going down. You just got to get on the ride and just let yourself go down. Versus the other, where you're trying to fight an uphill battle with a 40-pound backpack in a blizzard with no shoes on. It's hard. You're going to get effed up. And I'm just so annoyed is not the word, but annoyed that I didn't start doing this in 2021 and 2022, because people walk around like it's this badge of honor to say, oh, I traded 20 times today and I traded, 50 times this week and I'm just a trader, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, why? You will never be better than Warren Buffett. You will never be better than George Soros. And they're the ones saying, the less you trade, the better. There's no stat out there in the world that says the more trades you take, the more money you make. But there are stats out there that says position trader over the long haul is more profitable and produces more profitable traders than actual day traders. Warren Buffett said it himself, one of the richest men of our entire lifetime. And on August 18th, I'm gonna show you how I've been doing it all year. I've been focusing on the right things, and how if you guys focus on the right things instead of trying to double down on what's not working and start to focus on what's actually working. So literally August 18th, my private 5-day intensive where I'm gonna show you guys everything and show you guys it's not the strategy, it is literally not your emotions, it's you're just trading the wrong style. We're gonna fix that for you live, and you're gonna have your breakout aha moment in front of everybody. It's going to be marvelous. Click the link in my description. It's $47, and get back to the video. And the reason why I came across that is because I read a book from Warren Buffett. Like, you guys know me, I go to the library all the time and I shop and get books and things like that. And I picked up a random book from Warren Buffett. One of the pages was like, trying to day trade is trying to find an uphill battle and all this other stuff, and like, you're better off looking at it from a longer term point of view and trying to trade from a longer term point of view, invest from a longer term point of view. And again, as I mentioned earlier, there's some anomalies, and like the people in my industry who, yeah, we all made it when it came to day trading, but it was hard. And what I'm trying to get you guys to do is shorten some years of your learning curve, because here's the thing, nobody watching this video, including myself, including the people you love and look up to, just love being a trader all day, every day, and we don't want to do nothing else, and that's just all we care about, and blah, 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 blah. If you ask every single one of us, this was not our dream job at 5 years old, at 10 years old. It was a means to get to where we wanted to get to. It was a means to get to the end and try to take care of our family and then expand from there. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a basketball player, right? I wanted to go to the NBA. Then I wanted to be Stephen A. Smith and go to school for broadcast journalism. Then I wanted to be a businessman, right? Then I wanted to be a battle rapper, right? Like, I wanted to do a million different things. Day trading was not like on my bingo card when I was 12 years old. It just happened that way. And the reason why I said that is because that's the same story for most people. And that's not to minimize trading. That's just more to say it's not like we're inspiring people by getting on our phone and clicking a button, right? We're not inspiring people that way, right? Whereas people in the NBA, they're inspiring people every single day. You can make an argument. You can make an argument that whether you love Elon Musk or hate him, or Donald Trump or hate him, or Mark Cuban, love him or hate him, or Stephen A. Smith, love him or hate him, there's some people in this world who's getting inspired by their work, right? Like, Mark Cuban being a businessman and owning Dallas Mavericks and starting broadcast.com, and Donald Trump with real estate, and Elon Musk with Tesla and SpaceX. Like, they're getting motivated by that. You're not going to get motivated by pressing a button. You get motivated by the effects of that button, of the profit and loss statement going up and down and up and down and up and down, and the lifestyle it provides. And the reason why I brought that point up is because most of us would love to have that lifestyle of trading while also being on vacation, while also being with our family and our kids, while also, doing whatever you want, while also going to NBA games. And nobody is trying to just sit in a room all day, every day and trade for 9-10 hours a day. Nobody's trying to do that. People are trying to still trade and still have their best life too. And that is what positioning brings. It's you're able to trade, but not worry about it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. You're looking at it from a longer term point of view. And I advise a lot of you guys out there to actually test it and literally go back and look at a couple of your trades and try to test this theory. Go and look on tradingview.com and go look at USDJPY, because the crazy part about that story is that UJ never got to 120.000. It got to 150. So she would have made 3.5 million off of getting to 120 alone. Had she held it to 150, that would have been 8, 9, 10 million. And it's just the thought process of, why don't we just hold more? We're talking about commissions, rollover fees, swap, like, pay it. Hold it over the weekend, pay it. Oh well, right? Like, you are here to execute and do one thing, that is to make money. And I'm trying to tell you guys to shorten some years off your learning curve, that the best way to do that is to trade less. And again, we learn things every single day. People may say, oh, well, Swaggy, why didn't you, do that in 2020 and 2021? We get better as time goes on, as the years go on. LeBron came into the NBA. He wasn't a shooter. He ended up becoming a good shooter and then being on the top 10 3-point list of all time. If you would have told people in year 1 and year 2, year 5, that LeBron would end up in the top 10 in 3-point shots made of all time, they would have laughed at you. He was not a shooter coming into the league. He developed a jump shot. It happened. As time goes on, you just get better and better. When you work on your craft, you find different ways to maneuver the game. LeBron he was jumping out the gym and was the most athletic person in the entire gym and dunking on everybody all crazy. His last 10 years, he realized that's not conducive to having a super long career. He stayed on the ground, right? He'll dunk occasionally here and there, but he's not trying to kill somebody every time he goes to the rim. He's finessing. He's like laying it up and, feel me, like finishing with the left sometimes, right? And then he's staying on the ground, back to the basket. LeBron was never a back to the basket player. I'm getting too deep in the NBA right now, but for people who watch the NBA, LeBron was never a back to the basket player. He developed it. He was never a 3-point shooter. He developed it. And that is the reason why it's like when you're trading, you develop new things as time goes on, as the years go on. And this is something I developed earlier this year. I've kind of kept it more to myself. I didn't feel it was fair to make a video on it if I didn't back test it myself and try it myself. I've tried it myself and I want to share it with you guys right now. So if you guys want to do me a favor, go to my Instagram right now. It is Swaggy C TV, and just literally message me the word position. POSITION, position. I have a super in-depth document. That's money. I got a super in-depth document. Let me minimize that. There we go. That I can send over to you guys, that I worked on for a long time, that you guys can see it. You guys can see my history with doing that this year and positioning, and how it affected my life, how it can change your life, and how you get the best of both worlds, where you don't got to have that excuse where, well, I don't have time and I'm too busy and it's too difficult. All of that gets eradicated when you start positioning. I can understand that if you want to scalp and day trade. Positioning, all you got to do is learn for a couple of weeks, let's say 8 weeks of an intensive study. And then after that, what's the word? Not co-mingles, but like it works with your life. Whereas day trading and scalping, you got to work with that. You got to work with those hours. You got to change your schedule to fit the market schedules. Positioning, no, you come in when you want, you take profit when you want. As long as you understand how to, execute on that and make it, the best way possible for yourself, the sky's the limit for you. I would rather make $1 million a year off of 6 trades, as I showed you earlier, how, one of my trades would have made $5 million had I just held it, versus making $1 million a year off of 400 trades. 400 trades means you were in front of the charts all day, every day. 6 trades mean I went on 10 vacations that year and gave back to my community, spent a bunch of time with my family. I'll take that any day of the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the value, and I will see you guys on the next video.